Another week, let the rains begin. I'm not your news, I'm not your guide. Just thoughts on taste on this wild ride. Welcome to the sound of Minds Unchained. Talking loud from the basement stage. It's a podcast pulpit, bug on.
Welcome to There's Always an Answer podcast. My name is John.
And I'm Tyler.
And with us, we have Frank Barnitz running for Congress for the state of Missouri. Welcome to the show.
Welcome back.
Thank
Welcome
you.
back.
Thanks for having
Welcome.
me back. It's,
You are quite welcome. You are quite welcome, sir. It has been, is it 2 months
been a
since you've
couple
been
months,
on?
yeah.
So there's been quite a bit going on in the state of Missouri since then, hasn't there?
there has been.
Yeah.
Lot.
Lots in the campaign world and lots on the ballot measures coming up.
Oh, yeah. It's a big one. Well, how's the campaign been going since we last had you on?
Good. Just lots and lots of miles traveled. Been going.
Oh, I bet.
I've been going all directions,
Just running.
Yep.
Yeah.
The district is big, seeing a lot of people, getting out in front of a lot of people. And that's all been real positive as well.
Good.
How many counties is it again?
It's all or part of 28. So the only part county is Jefferson County.
Jefferson.
Yep, and it's the east half of Jefferson County.
I've got family in Jefferson County.
There you go.
Yep.
Yes, you do.
Yep. Yeah,
Yes,
I
you
got family
do.
up there.
It'd be curious to see if which side of the border they're on.
That's
Yeah,
right.
because they're in two different parts of it, of Jefferson County.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, do you keep track of how many miles you've driven?
No, I don't.
I was just curious,
I think I'd be afraid. I'd be
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah.
What-
Oh,
what
yeah.
else?
How many oil changes have you had to
Yeah,
have?
I've already done 3, actually.
So that's about 15,000. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, at least 15,000. Yeah, if not a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's great. That's great. Has there been any good stories you've heard while on the campaign trail? I drive a bus for a living, so I'm always hearing a good story here and there. Is there something that's maybe stuck with you over the past couple of months that really kind of, it's just really something noteworthy?
Well, so one that comes right to mind was a elderly fellow and his wife from Fredericktown.
Okay.
And we got on Facebook and we're chit-chatting back and forth. We were actually arguing a little bit back and forth. Yeah. And I just said, hey, if you ever get an opportunity and would like to meet, I'd just love to come down there and just sit down with you.
Sure.
And I met him at Huddle House in Fredericktown.
Oh.
And bought
You are talking my language.
Yeah.
Bought his wife and him a cup of coffee, and we just sat there and talked.
Awesome.
And he has become a huge supporter of mine. And he'll tell you straight out, he's a Republican.
Yeah.
And
Right.
always has been, but he has really taken on with the conversations that we've had and believes in us and has really jumped on board.
I just want to point out that it is, for people who think it's not possible, you can still have a sit-down conversation with people with different opinions and views and still, have a full-on conversation and be their friend.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've told people at different times, we can agree to disagree at
Right.
times, and I don't have any ill feeling.
That's why they make different flavors of ice cream.
That's exactly right.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I say too. So
You know how boring everything would be if everybody agreed?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Right.
it would not be a well run democracy.
It'd be so weird.
Well, we just had Marcia who's running here for her district. And, one thing that we kind of touched on was we all have more in common than we have different.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
Oh, yeah. We brought it up, episodes before, but the World Cup showed that.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody came in and had a fantastic time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Really enjoyed. Everybody was welcoming.
Yeah.
It's not what you see on Facebook.
Not at all.
That's
no,
for
it's
sure.
an entirely different world outside of social media.
It really is. But it is such a huge part of our world as it is.
Yeah.
Now, how has social media with a campaign changed even from the last time you were in office?
Yeah, so back in 2010 was my last time in state office, and we really were just getting on the cusp of having social media.
Right. It was just kind of starting.
Yep.
It really was.
And so really it's so big now, and there's such an influence in being able to get out in front of so many more people.
Yeah.
So we've got like 3,500 followers now.
That is awesome.
That really is. Yeah. It's been, I've been watching your page and Marsh's page, and it seems to be growing quite well. A lot of folks are watching the videos and liking and commenting and all that.
It's the comments that I really like to see. I like, you know, from people that you just don't really know. But you've had a conversation or you've given them some information, and then they've repeated that information. So you know that they're learning. You know, they're learning who you are.
They mean to play bumper chair there, Frank. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Now that Fredericktown, that's a pretty neat town. I was actually I was there not too long ago, about, oh gosh, what's it been? 2 weeks ago I was down there, and it seemed like a very nice little town.
But it is a nice town.
Yeah, I was there for training.
Yeah, it's a nice town.
Yeah. We do a lot of wheelchair transportation, and so we were doing a training on that, how to make sure it's safe. And you know I had gone to a town hall of yours over at a nursing facility, and that was a big hot topic, was transportation to and from the doctor's office.
Well, or anywhere around for those seniors, you know, especially the ones that are in a care facility of some sort and don't have a vehicle. Just being able to get anywhere in town, go to Walmart or go to the grocery store or wherever that is. You know?
And that was Jessica who invited me there. She was the one that mentioned that they're having trouble getting funding for those transportation rides, just even to the doctor, let alone the grocery store or anything extra. So, I know that was kind of a hot topic there. I'm sure that's been quite a bit on your travels.
It has. SMTS, you know, the all the different senior transportations, they get state funding and federal funding, so they're all always wanting to be protective of the funds that are coming to their district.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it's such a crucial part of folks. I know I get thanked all the time because they're in the house or the facility all week long, and they get their one trip, whether to the doctor or what have you. And it's such a nice feeling to get out for just even a day. So for that to go away would be such a big effect on that.
It would.
Speaking, I guess, of effect, this primary, how important is it? Not just, of course, for you're having a primary, but for the state of Missouri.
I mean, I think primaries are always very important. It's just another election time. I personally think that we ought to have a little different primary than we have. We ought to have kind of an open primary where you get to pick one of the Republican candidates, one of the Democrat candidates for each of the offices. And that way everybody gets an opportunity to be able to have their say in who's best to elect.
Is there any states that do allow that? I know we're what I guess considered an open primary, whereas you don't have to declare anything before your election day.
Right.
Is there ones where you can pick and choose as you go? I'm just not sure.
I think that there is. I think I've heard of some that are that way.
Okay.
But it's certainly something, even if there isn't. We could do it.
Right. Right.
We could be the first.
Yeah, because you are limited in Missouri anyway. Once you pick that line, whichever one it is, you have to pick just that one.
That's right.
Yeah. That makes a big difference on what you pick.
And I had a retired military individual say, you know, that he didn't think that was right, that he was a taxpayer and he believed that he was not getting the opportunity to voice his desire. And somebody that might get elected that he didn't support. He wasn't, you know, he didn't use his tax dollars to get that done.
Right.
So, absolutely. That really is a big concern for a lot of folks. I'm sure is their freedom to choose what they want to do.
Right.
Yeah. That makes a big difference for a lot of folks and how if they feel free, like they have the freedoms to do what they want. So,
agreed.
That's pretty neat. Now, the primaries I think are pretty notorious for kind of low turnout.
They
you
are.
know,
They are.
I don't think that's just a Missouri thing or a party thing. That's, I think, a United States thing.
Whole thing across the board.
How do you think people are going to turn out for this one? Are you getting a real positive response on that?
Yeah, and I probably am running in the wrong circle to hear it all, because everybody that I talk to, of course, is engaged in going to vote. But I think this one in Missouri is going to be driven out a little larger because of the amendments that are on the ballot.
That's a good point
as well. So I think people are seeing a lot of that, and they definitely have an opinion on those amendments.
I would think it's going to be. I would say this one's probably going to be a lot bigger than any other one Missouri's had.
Those amendments alone.
Well, the amendments alone, and I think people now want change more than anything.
They're feeling it everywhere they go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like anytime you go out of the house, it's $300, you know, so
people want change.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Yeah. Frank, did you want to go over any of those amendments that are, crucial to the state? It seems like these are pretty vital ones.
They are, I believe that they are. Well,
is it 3 and 5 or 1 and 5?
We got 1, 2, 4, and 5.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One is soil and parks tax, which is renewable every 10 years. It goes to the vote of the people every 10 years. It's 0.25% sales tax that goes, half of it goes to soil conservation for agriculture, and the other half goes to park systems within the state.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's been renewed over and over again. It's been a great program for both sides. And it's through Department of Natural Resources. It isn't conservation. It says soil conservation, but it's not to the conservation.
Different stuff here. Different stuff here.
Yeah. And then you have 2, which is kind of a strange one. It's just for Jackson County, so just the Kansas City region, that says that they get to elect their assessor. And they're putting it in the Constitution. They want it in the Constitution to do so. I'm not 100% sure why we're having to put that in the Constitution. So I'm kind of a neutral opinion on that one.
Well,
and it doesn't affect us.
Right. You don't have a dog in that fight.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That soil conservation one, though, as a farmer, now, maybe I need clarification on this, too. At what point are you a rancher versus a farmer?
Well, in this part of the country, it seems like everybody's a farmer because you were diversified. You had livestock, but you had crops also.
Okay.
And so they just lumped it all in as farming.
So it's just a common nomenclature. It's like calling a tissue a Kleenex kind of thing. Exactly. You're a farmer.
Yeah.
I would think if you only have cattle, it's a rancher.
Yeah.
Well, I think
if you got crops and all kind of other stuff, you're a farmer.
You're a farmer. Yeah. Well, I think folks that have cattle, I think they still call themselves farmer in this area, though.
In this area, they do.
Yeah. And like I said, I think it's like a Kleenex facial tissue. It's synonymous with the same, you know?
Yeah. Even if I'm asking for a Kleenex, I say, can I have a tissue?
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Some or a Tylenol, you know what you're asking for, you know, that kind of thing. So, and I also didn't know, I guess, is there a size that you are officially a farm or officially a ranch versus like a ranchette? I never heard of that term before. I was researching it today.
Ranchette.
Ranchette. So the true terminology for a farm is if you have to file a Schedule F.
Okay.
With the tax with the IRS.
Yeah.
And if you file a Schedule F, then you're a farm.
Okay.
And that means that a portion of your income's being derived from your agricultural duties. So.
Okay. Absolutely. Okay. Well, that makes sense, you know, and I'm not in that world, so I'm curious about it and just don't know. So I
just know the Dutton Ranch.
There you go.
It's a ranch.
I haven't seen the new show yet, but that's in Texas. I think they're all ranches down there.
Yeah.
That's right. Or an oil field. Either one of those two. Yeah.
So going on the amendments. So we have 1. We've covered 2, 4. 4 is one that the legislature has thrown out there, and I've got big concerns about that. But what they're trying to do, so they want to change it so that an initiative petition from the people that go to a vote have to pass in all 8 congressional districts. If it passes in 7 of them and 1 of them says no, the majority of that district says no, then it doesn't pass. It doesn't get so I have issues because I think it's a one person, one vote world, you know?
Yeah.
So I think everybody should get a say in what our democracy looks like, what our Constitution looks like.
I would think like a majority vote.
Majority rule.
That's generally how it works, I thought, you know, but...
Yeah. Well, not under this one. If they make the change, if it's voted for the change. But even the odder part of that is that if the legislature decides to put something on the ballot, it just has to be approved by a simple majority.
Wow.
So
wow.
it's it's a top-down type of a system that they want to do.
Call me Thor, striking that down.
That's right. Putting the hammer down on that one.
You want me to put the hammer down?
Yeah. Now, I don't know if I'm just paying attention to these, amendments more closely, but it seems like a lot more people are involved.
I believe that.
I would agree.
Because 5 then is they're trying to change how the state of Missouri gets its income. So right now
that's the big one.
That's huge.
That's a big one.
So right now about 64% of the state's budget is derived from income tax, and everybody pays income tax. But what they're wanting to do is do away with the income tax. Sounds good on the surface, right?
Right.
Always sounds good on the surface.
But the problem is the way they want to go about changing the system. So then they want to put it all on sales tax.
Yep.
Well, to take that $10 billion that has to be replaced now that's coming in as income tax and put it on to sales, and they've opened it up to be used on services as well.
Yeah.
So if you have haircuts or lawn care or anything,
streaming services,
absolutely. Anything that you do besides going to the grocery store or going to get gas or any of those other things that you go out to buy, they can all be charged a tax now.
Yeah.
And I went to a couple of meetings with the proponents just to see what they had to say, and they were like, "Yeah, we're going to expand it out to all these other areas." But if things start getting cut back, like, say, healthcare, they don't want to tax healthcare, or they don't want to tax real estate, well, then it's probably going to mean that we're going to have to increase the sales tax percentages on everything else.
They have to make up the difference somewhere.
I'm like, hey, this is the most regressive tax that there could actually be. Anybody on
people really need to read into this.
Yeah, anybody on fixed income, anybody in low income, medium income, they're all going to be paying a higher percentage of their income in tax than they do now.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I just downloaded something. One of my favorite shows is Chernobyl on HBO. The miniseries is unbelievable. I don't know how they even made it as good as they did, but the main character, he is a scientist that has to go to Chernobyl and after the nuclear explosion and everything like that and kind of figure out how to contain it so it doesn't literally destroy the continent, But at the end, he has to go to court because he is basically, somebody has to go down for what they've done, and how they bypass safety and all that stuff. But they also had the propaganda of the Russian government, and my favorite quote from that show, the main guy, he says, "Every lie we tell incurs a debt to the truth. Sooner or later, that debt has to be paid." And that reminds me of that tax, it's such, I don't know. Sometimes you just watch something and it brings you back after you're kind of living in that kind of moment, and this tax, they say, I even see TV ads saying that how great it's going to be for Missouri. Where's that money coming from? Why do you have the funds to put out for this tax?
Yeah.
And I've seen where the money's coming from. It's coming from out of state. It's Delaware. There's a group out of Delaware that's pumped in a ton of money into this. And when I say a ton of money, we're talking about, I've seen the FEC reports on them, and they're well over $1 million put into the accounts to run ads.
That is wild.
Passing it.
And if you don't have a dog in that fight, why? You know what I mean? What do you stand to gain?
Right.
If you put $1 million investment in these ads, what is your return on that investment? People aren't doing that just because they are good. You know what I mean? Like there's a reason for it to spend that kind of money. Yeah. So that's worrisome. And what's funny about that, I was going to just bring this up just a second ago, but I grew up in New Jersey, and I remember the taxes on cigarettes were a lot higher than the surrounding states. And folks would go to Delaware because they didn't have that sales tax on cigarettes. They would go to Delaware, buy up their cigarettes, and come back to New Jersey.
Wow.
Yeah.
How weird is that coincidence?
Hey, and we're a border state. You know, Kansas City sits right on the border of Kansas, Illinois with St. Louis. I mean, there's a lot there that people can cross over that are close to those areas. Arkansas,
Illinois, Iowa. Yep. Yeah. It's something to consider there, that's when there's money coming in for an ad, it just makes you wonder why.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just downloaded that quote. I mean, just a few days ago, and it just kind of springs up.
Just sprung right to you.
It sure did. Absolutely. Well, we were touching on the amendments and everything like that. Now, here in Rolla, we've got a S amendment. And at first, I thought I saw Pro 5 signs everywhere. Looking closer, they were S's. Yeah. And so that's confusing too.
Yeah.
And then that's just for the parks tax, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think specifically to the center.
Yeah, for the pool.
And able to be used there. Yep.
So I was very happy to see that there was a lot of signs that were pro fixing the pool.
Fix it.
Because we were talking about this, what was it, about a year ago?
Quite a while now.
And we were wanting to do a fundraiser to try and fix the pool and kind of, that's about it, do a fundraiser for it. Right. So this was really good that it's, and it seems like our mayor, he also is for that proposition, that Prop S. So that's nice that everybody seems to be coming together. Of course, you see Facebook comments, but then you look and they're not even from here.
Right.
They're from Arkansas, and they're complaining about taxes going to the center. You don't even live here.
Right. Yeah.
In fact, I just saw one that someone was talking about their tax money going to a local police officer because he drives to, I think it was Edgar Springs or something like that, because that's where he lives.
Sure.
But this person that was talking didn't even live in the city limits. Maybe they don't know that their taxes don't go towards Rolla PD.
Right.
Yeah. Or school buses for that matter, or anything like that. That's kind of probably my hot take on taxes is I think the county should pay some taxes for those school buses. They should probably chip in just a touch, but that's just me.
Yeah, I know you weren't a fan of me. Well, when I was technically county.
Yeah, you were. Yeah. But your kid didn't ride the bus.
No, he didn't.
So he didn't really
did after school.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But I'm not saying you did anything wrong.
Oh, you did.
It's just I think you should chip in a little bit. Give a little something. Nah.
Nah. You ain't taking no. I'm just kidding.
Well, is there anything you wanted to add to those amendments, or anything that maybe somebody's brought up on your campaign that you maybe got a new perspective on those, or even a new reason why, like reinforced why these amendments really?
Well, one thing that's not been talked about on this Amendment 5 in particularly is when I was at the legislature, we had what we did do is tax credits that went against your income tax.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, and it went to a lot of good, useful causes in communities. I mean, there were not-for-profit organizations that were able to get these tax credits. That way, if an individual wanted to donate to them, then they got a percentage of their donation given back, and it was a 1-to-1 against their income tax.
Okay.
Well, if you don't have income tax, you don't have a reason now to get anything back, which is going to make it more difficult to get donations for.
You didn't even think about that.
Oh man, that makes complete sense.
Yeah,
that makes complete sense.
So like CASA, court-appointed special advocates.
There'd be a lot of things that would suffer.
Yep.
Yeah.
The pregnancy resource centers, they got them.
It's such a butterfly effect. You don't realize this one thing. That's why this primary, I think, is really going to, has the potential to really reshape, and not necessarily in a good way, Missouri for the future.
It does.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
It is so vital.
Look like, we don't like change. Nobody likes change. But this is one of those that I
think people are ready for some of it.
This is one of those that I really think the change that they're going to get is going to be kind of spooky.
Yeah, it's not what they think it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And you don't. We try and be as neutral on the podcast as possible, so that we have a good perspective. We're not trying to lean anybody one way or the other, but change. We've had so many cuts. With it being federal employees and programs, and yet we haven't seen any benefits from that. All we've seen is this crazy debt for the country skyrocket. Right. Where did that money go? We cut all these things, and yet our debt has, I don't know if it's quadrupled, tripled, but it's huge. It just is.
Well, I seen a report that how much this war cost.
Yeah.
Yes, we did read that together, actually. Yeah. It was in the trillions, wasn't it, or billions?
I'm pretty sure it was like 13. 13? Or was it 1.3?
No, it was at least 13.
It was 13. It was either billion or trillion.
Yeah.
I think it was billion.
Yeah.
I think it was billion.
Yeah.
But it's growing all the time. Our national debt's growing. That's one thing I talk about out on the campaign trail, we got to quit saddling our kids and our grandkids and now our great-grandkids with our national debt.
Oh, yeah.
We've got to stop.
Something's got to give.
It's a debt that can't be paid.
Yeah.
At a certain point.
Right.
You just can't recoup the money, and then where are you?
Right.
Exactly.
You're not in a good situation for even right now, let alone the future.
Right.
Because
I like, we stay pretty neutral.
Yes.
But I really, really like what this guy in New York is doing.
Yeah,
the mayor. I really like what he's doing for New York.
Right. Well, you just can't pay credit card with a credit card with a credit card,
right?
And ever catch up.
Yeah.
It just adds and adds, and that's what we're doing.
That's how we do.
On.
Yeah.
You just can't add to it. We got to be
right. They want to give me a credit score.
Fiscally, well, the United States has a credit score too. I don't know if you knew that. They give out
one.
Yep.
I don't know how many they have. I know I've got it. 2 or 3, right?
Right.
Credit scores, but it's that's.
I mean, like, is there 0.1? Like, is there credit score 1?
No, it's better than that. But I don't think we could buy a Hellcat.
We'll just have a crazy high interest rate.
if we go up to the dealership as a country, we probably can't get a Hellcat.
Right.
Maybe a nice PT Cruiser pre-owned.
I learned how to drive a stick shift in a PT Cruiser.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it had flames painted on the side of it. I kid you not.
Oh,
yeah.
There
heavens.
you go.
Yep.
Well, they were fast.
My dad worked for a dealership, and he lived an hour and a half away. Well, he got what's called a demo.
Yep.
But they were like, we don't want all these miles racking up on our used car lot. So he would drive the wholesale cars back and forth home until they found a wholesaler for that car. He was in this PT Cruiser for like 8 months.
Oh, wow.
Nobody wanted this thing.
A stick shift PT Cruiser.
Yeah.
And that was probably the stick shift part was probably the killer.
Right. It was it was silver with flames painted on the side with chrome wheels. Yep.
Fly. That's what they call that, is fly.
Yeah, I learned how to drive a stick shift in that car.
Mine was a Jeep.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
Yeah.
I got nostalgia for a Jeep because of my old CJ.
I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at a PT Cruiser now and I go, need some flames.
Yeah.
It ain't in unless it's got the flame.
Yeah. Gosh, they don't even have chrome wheels.
Yeah. It's lucky you find one with wheels, I think.
Yeah.
Frank, what did you learn to drive a stick on?
A Jeep also.
Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Willys, though.
Willys, nice.
Army Jeep. Yep. That's where I learned.
Was it a twin stick transfer case?
It did have a transfer. Yep.
Nice. Very nice. Those are so cool. I did have one of those once upon a time, and those are awesome.
Yep.
They're just, and you see TikTok videos on those things all the time. They just put it in low gear, and it just puts up the hill.
Yep.
Like no effort whatsoever. No roll cage, nothing. They just
nothing.
This is wild. Yeah. Even my old CJ had a cage in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were worried about rolling them over.
Yeah, I learned how to drive on a PT Cruiser. I never have learned how to use a 3 on a tree. I don't know anybody that's had one for me to try to learn.
I had one.
Yeah, I've never learned how to drive a 3 on a tree.
And the linkage was always messed up.
Yeah.
So you get hung between gears, and so you'd have to pull over, crawl underneath of it, jimmy with it, get it back in shape, and take off again.
Wow.
Oh yeah, they'd wear out slick. And not my Jeep was a 3-speed. So it was just a 3-speed on the floor versus, and it was the same orientation. So it was not a hard transfer for me. I had a 65 Chevelle with a 3 on the tree and an old straight 6 on it. And I'm telling you, going from second to third with that swoosh motion to third, man, nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
It really was satisfying. That's what my kids say, when something's real satisfying.
I did drive a dump truck one time. That was nerve wracking. I had no idea how to drive one. It had air brakes and everything. And I worked for a detailing company at the time, and they were like, "We're doing that," and I'm like, "Ah!" And I was like, "Who's doing it?" And they're like, "You," and I'm like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
So I had to go. They were like, "When we're gonna go pick it up." Well, I was like, "I don't know how to drive one of these." They just dropped me off and left.
Yeah.
So I was like,
You're gonna
"Okay,
figure it out.
yeah." So I called my friend who has a Class A, and I'm like, "Help me."
Yep.
So he's like, "Well, FaceTime me real quick." So I FaceTime. He walked me through the whole process, and I drove it
Nice.
10 miles down the road.
What did it have a splitter?
No.
Okay.
Thankfully, this
'cause
one was automatic.
Those are tough.
Yeah. Thankfully, this one was automatic.
Yeah, I was a driver examiner for the Highway Patrol, and I did CDL. And man, those guys, they got really good with those splitters.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what gear they were in, but man, they were smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth. Now, it might not have even had a synchronized transmission, though. Did it grind quite a bit?
I
Don't
it's been
remember.
so long. I don't remember that.
I had an old
I
Beetle
just remember
bug.
I was shaking. I was so scared.
That may have been the truck, too.
Yeah, it could have been. But I detailed a dump truck.
Yeah. Oh, man. Now, that old Jeep, Frank, how
never do it
fast
again.
could that go? They didn't go very fast at all, right?
No, I think, top end, it was doing 40.
I was going to guess 25.
Yeah, no, it go a little better than that, but it was not.
Yeah, she was screaming. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Tearing it up.
I just saw, it's kind of a sad statistic, but it's important to note, because my grandfather, he was a World War II vet. The Jeep reminded me of that, the old Army Jeep.
Sure.
And World War II vets, there is, I think, only about 40,000 folks left that are World War II veterans.
Yeah.
And they all got to be in their 90s, because my grandfather, he fibbed to get into the war. He was 17 at the time to get in. It was just something you did back then, know?
Right.
And
That is so crazy to me to think back. And I know that happened.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine me doing that. No.
They were immigrants from Italy, and so the birth records weren't exactly accurate. Yeah. So it was no problem to say whatever age you were, and they were taking anybody and everybody they could.
They had to,
Yeah. So it's and he passed away in 2020, and he was 95.
Yeah.
So and he fibbed to get in early.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of folks that are I know they did a lot of those flights to the memorial in Washington D.C. That was such a big thing to get them to their memorial before the the end.
Right.
So that's I don't know if that's still going on or not. There's not a lot of folks that might be travel worthy at that age,
Right.
Yeah. Something to think about, and the Army Jeep brought it up.
The Army Jeep brought it up. The old Army Jeeps. So have you come across since the last time we spoke, any new favorite restaurant on the road?
I was telling you about the Hickory Log at Dexter last time. I have to stop there about every time I go through. And Penny's Diner down there at Dexter also.
Okay.
That's a great
Shout out to Penny's Diner.
Yeah, Penny.
Penny's Diner was really good.
And that's in Dexter as well?
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That seems like we've got a nice restaurant hub there in Dexter.
Yeah. Really
Cool.
good Chinese restaurant in Sykeston.
Oh,
Okay. I like Chinese.
Oh, man, you ain't kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
buffet. It's a big buffet.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they have the rack.
Yeah.
And all.
Heck yeah.
That's
so you
fantastic.
can really dessert bar.
Sold.
That's right. That's right.
Everything.
Yeah.
Now, is Springfield in your district?
It isn't. I'm east of Springfield, but just there's a county between our district and the county Springfield's in, which is Greene County. But we go to Douglas County, which is
Right there.
Right next door.
Yeah.
Well, it's my understanding that cashew chicken was invented in
made.
Springfield.
It was, allegedly. Yeah. Yep.
How cool is that?
Toasted ravioli in St. Louis.
St. Louis has got and I guarantee you it's nowhere else. You know what I mean? That
Right.
like I grew up in New Jersey and I had never heard of it till I moved
It's the
out
same
here.
with pork steaks with a lot of people. There's, there's so many people that don't know about a pork steak.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
I like a pork steak more than a New York strip. I'm going to say it.
That's my favorite cut is the New York strip, though.
I'm a ribeye man.
Yeah. Well, I understand that.
Yeah.
I like ribeyes.
Yeah, I'm a ribeye man.
T-bone's good too.
You get the best of both.
You get both there.
Yeah, you get a little
with
bit
the
of
bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the fillet and the strip.
Yeah. What is that? There's a saying, is it the meat closer to the bone, the sweeter the meat, or something like that, isn't there?
I have no idea.
I don't know either, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. But I was just at Kroger, on Saturday grocery shopping, and I was looking at a roast, and it was $20 a pound.
That's what you were saying earlier today.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Well, with what has occurred here just in the last 3 days, they have opened the border for Mexican cattle to come into the U.S.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
I did hear
that may
that.
drive it down. The administration took the tariffs off of beef coming out of Brazil. So, we're going to be looking at
I like their steakhouses.
Brazilian.
I was to say, a Brazilian grill is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that meat. I ain't worried about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how does the heat, like today, we've got a heat index of like 111 degrees here in Missouri.
Right.
How does this heat affect ranchers?
A lot. I mean, we
It
do all
burns.
it
Yeah.
burns. Yeah. We do all we can do out there while we can do it.
Yeah.
We try to get up early and go out late.
Yeah.
But there's just part of the day, you just don't want to move livestock around. You don't want to wrestle.
Find
stuff.
some shade and hang out.
Yeah. Try to find a breeze somewhere
Yep.
and do what you can do. So it's a good day to ride a tractor.
Yeah.
Oh, if it's enclosed, right?
Bush hogging, doing
Yeah.
something. Even if it's not, you're at least moving and getting some air to
Get a breeze.
Yeah.
kind of move by.
Yeah.
you. So,
Now, when you have this much heat, do the cattle require more feed because it's so hot? Like,
less feed. It's kind of like
Less
you, when
feed.
you get.
You don't
when
want 'em-
you
yeah.
get hung- or
You don't want
get
like a
really
big
hot,
meal.
You don't want
Yeah.
to eat. You get real
Okay.
hot.
Yeah.
But they drive a lot more water intake.
Oh, okay.
So, and then we have some feed additives that actually are like vascular dilators that try to expand so that they can get the heat off of them better.
oh, wow.
But not everybody uses those, but we do.
Sure.
We do use them, and it does help. It increases their water consumption even more, but it helps.
That's good to know. Well, I wasn't sure, because if you're moving around in the heat, you require more calories to do it, so I wasn't sure. But you're right. When you're in the heat and working hard, you don't get hungry.
Don't get really hungry.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've seen it going around on Facebook or not, but apparently, and I learned this yesterday and got fully invested in it.
Okay.
It's got the heat involved and everything, allegedly. But down in Branson at Table Rock, apparently there was a wild goat, and it was named Cecil.
Okay.
And it has been in that area for people that were in the comments were like, I've lived here 15, 20 years. He's been here the whole time I've been here.
The whole time.
Yeah. And he just hangs out on one of the cliffs there, and he's got his little rock wall he climbs up and down on. But apparently yesterday the heat got to him.
Oh.
And, apparently. And they said people all day were like, I stopped and I tried to help him, but he was shaking and, all that stuff. And then at about 2 or 3 o'clock, somebody said they were sitting there and they watched him roll off the cliff and
Oh, no.
and into the water.
Oh,
Yeah.
how hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this heat has not been messing around lately.
No.
Luckily, we've been having
And
rain
it was a lot
with it,
warmer
though.
down there than it was here.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it's
that's
a lot
very
warmer
true.
down there.
Okay. Well, luckily, we've had the rain and the heat because usually this time of year, we've got no rain. The grass is dead.
Crunchy.
And so we at least have green grass, water, but we do have the heat.
Yeah.
Some areas, of this district that I'm running in got a lot of water.
Oh,
yeah.
man. Yeah.
So, down there around Centerville, Lesterville,
that were bad.
Black
Horrible.
Oats,
Horrible.
Tom Sauk mountain area there, 12 inches of rain,
Yeah.
just overnight. And
With
that's-
almost no warning. They called for like 1 or 2 inches of rain.
no warning.
Yeah.
It got
no
slammed.
Yeah.
And it's steep hill country,
It's like the storm just stopped and just dumped.
Oh, and I went through there yesterday. Highways washed away.
Oh, yeah.
County roads, of course, are gone.
Yeah.
People still are trapped. People can't get out right now because
I didn't know
roads are
that.
fixed.
Wow. Wow. It's you don't even think in this day and age that that's even possible. You think of like 05 with Katrina and that kind of situation, folks were stuck on the rooftops and all that and couldn't get out and everything washed away. You don't think in 2026 that's even a feasible thing anymore,
Right.
but nature doesn't mess around. Like it's got no give.
No, it's like they're what people online are calling back-to-back 100-year floods.
Right.
Yeah. They're like, you guys, you can you got 100 years. This was a once in 100-year flood, and then next year it hit it again.
Yeah.
If you just got done rebuilding your life, it's gone again.
Oh yeah. Well, it wasn't too long ago. I mean, it's been a few years, but the was it the Big Piney went up over the interstate?
Yeah.
I mean, that was a heck of a flood.
It's been quite a while.
Flooded out Waynesville. So, I mean, that seems like a pretty big flood,
Exactly.
Of course, there's the big one in 93 was the big flood.
Yeah.
Mississippi, though, was that one.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah.
That was, I remember footage from the arch, how far up it had gone towards the arch and everything like that. That was, and then I just saw a news article. There was some levee that gave way, that some guy blew it up or something like that, or knocked it loose, and he was asking for parole. He's still in jail from 93.
What?
Yeah. I forget the guy's name, but I just saw an article about it. He's asking for parole after all these years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that nuts? Yeah. I don't think they gave it to him.
Blew up a levee and took out a whole town.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's usually why there's a levee.
Oh, yeah.
right.
It's a protection.
Right.
It's for protection.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It was nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still there. Maybe needs to be.
I would say so. Sorry, fella, if you're listening from jail.
Yeah. Oh,
Got what you got.
Absolutely. Well, this has been such a journey, and I visited, with we had Marsha on and folks. We went to that barbecue, which that pork loin was fantastic, by the way.
Thanks.
Who cooked that?
Tom Strain.
Okay.
Our retired FFA advisor and teacher, ag teacher here at Rolla.
It was tender, juicy flavor. I mean, it was great.
Good stuff.
Smoky. I was like, man, how did he get all that smoke in there?
Yeah.
Oh, it was fantastic.
It was good.
Good.
Yeah.
Really
yeah. It was quite the turnout.
Yeah.
It was. It was a huge turnout. We had such I was so happy to have that kind of a support system come in.
Oh, you had to have valet parking.
Right?
It was really cool. Right. And I saw a lot of folks I used to work with there, got to catch up with them. It was quite the event.
Good.
Had some nice speakers. Who all was speaking there again? There was a few of them.
Yeah, the main speaker was Will Westmoreland with the Back 40 action. And he's on, social media all over.
I feel like I've heard that name.
Yeah, he talks a lot about rural issues, from healthcare and education to agriculture. I mean, he's really pretty broad, but everything he talks about is rural-based programming.
Okay.
So he did a great job. He's a really good public speaker. And I'm glad to be able to call him a friend, so he's done a really good job for us.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got to speak with him for a few moments, and it seemed like a very nice, down-to-earth guy. He really knew his stuff.
Yep.
And, Missouri is mostly rural. So, I mean, it pertains to us in the most way.
Sure.
Yeah.
Even our, like St. Louis and Kansas City, it's such a sprawling cities. They're so massive, You get out of downtown St. Louis proper, and it's pretty rural still. Even though it's still considered St. Louis, it's pretty rural.
Yeah,
there's a lot of countryside to it.
Yeah, there's really two rurals. One rural just outside the city, and then one rural out here. In the wide open spaces. But we still have a lot of the same issues.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We all do. Like we said, we've got more in common than we have different.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, we're all paying for the same groceries, the same gas, the same, even electric vehicle charging. The prices have gone up.
Have they?
Yeah, they sure have. The charging has gotten quite expensive.
I'll be darned.
It's still more reasonable, and it stays more even keel than gas, but it has gone up quite a bit. Wow. So that. There is one company that has sales, though. Like if you buy a certain make or model, because they all kind of went in on it, that you get a discount for that, or there's a holiday. And I've never heard of, a sale on gas like that, just because it's a holiday. This company, they'll give you a discount on charging. Like it was like a 4th of July sale. There was a Memorial Day sale on charging. So I thought that was kind of cool. I'd never heard of that before. You certainly don't get that with gas.
No.
I just heard this morning, though, that flex fuel vehicles and electric vehicles have gone up 34% in sales since this fuel costs have started increasing again.
They sure have. Yeah, the sales have really, and it's a shame because gas was reasonable for a long time. So a lot of the manufacturers kind of cut down on production
I'm
of
a hybrid man. I like a hybrid.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
I like a hybrid.
Yeah, you like what you like, you know. So their production went down, but now demand has gone way up.
Yeah.
So prices have gone way up on pre-owned. There was something like 400,000 electric vehicles that came off of lease this year, and they thought that was really going to bring down prices of electric vehicles. No. They've gone up, because the demand has gone up.
It's going up,
and I don't know how much weight this carries, but JD Power, they had an article that I read that said that people that had went to electric vehicles really only had one or two things that they missed about gas vehicles. Everything else, they've liked their electric vehicle more.
Okay,
I was really impressed with that. I thought that was a neat concept. We'll see how it goes for the future, because
future looks promising.
Yeah, I would like to see, because the solar tax break just went away on vehicles and for your home.
Yeah.
So
all of them. So,
yeah.
So anybody who was using them, even the electric companies that were using that as part of their portfolio.
Yeah.
Now then, the subsidy that was helping them to lower that price to the consumer.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
So guess what's happening?
Yep. Every time.
Going up.
Right.
Going up.
Yeah.
Every time.
And like I said, we don't like to go one side or the other, but one thing that felt very counterproductive to me, because a previous president had the Green Deal, where really pushed for electric vehicles and pushed for clean energy, right?
And alternative
energy
sources.
But then when gas got high, they released all the extra fuel so they bring costs down. And that would have really been a huge push for green energy if we had left those gas prices a bit high.
Yeah.
I don't know. You want to give folks a break, but at the same time, you want to clean air, clean water.
Yeah.
It's just, where's the breaking point on that?
But what would fuel be doing today if we weren't using all of the surplus that we've put into our system?
Yeah.
And where we were using it as a leveling agent, but now we have used out of our strategic supply.
Yeah.
To the point that it's at the lowest that it's been.
Was it like 12 days or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's the lowest it's been for like decades.
Yeah, since since inception of that program.
It's like 12 or 14 days.
Is all that's left.
You've got gas, you got fuel prices still going up here, and we're using all of that. Whenever we have to start refilling that, you're still going to keep fuel at this level, or it's going to go up. I mean,
yeah. I can't imagine what it would be right now if it wasn't for the subsidies and like you said, the reserves and everything like that. Who knows what it would be right now?
It'd be outrageous.
Yeah. I remember 2008, the Great Recession. And, I worked at a dealership at the time, and man, we were just standing there and waiting for business to come in. You could see tumbleweeds going down the road. It was rough because gas was $4 a gallon. And 2008 money, that is a huge difference than 2026 money. I think it would have been the equivalent of like $9 or $10 a gallon now. So it's probably where we would be. Yeah. There's a lot of work to be done, isn't there?
There is. That's kind of the point I'm getting at. It's just a lot of things.
A lot of things out there to do.
Level that's got to be adjusted and fixed so that we can affect the ability for people to buy things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sure. Your paycheck needs to be able to be used for your family, to do growth, to build on, to build equity.
There used to be people that made a whole career and retired from Sears.
Right.
The Sears, the Sears home store, just the store at the corner.
Right.
People retired.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You could be
comfortable.
A janitor at a local school and have a stay-at-home a sibling. I'm sorry, sibling. Stay-at-home wife and 3 kids and 2 cars and live comfortable. Yeah. It's different. It's a different time, and I know a lot of folks are struggling.
Yeah, they are. I don't know how young people do it today.
No.
Yeah. You guys are younger than I, of course, and you guys, I feel for you.
I feel like I got a late start,
the young families
getting a house
that you've got,
yeah.
and what you're trying to do. You've got house payments and car payments and insurance payments and healthcare payments. And I mean, it seems like every time you turn around, all you got is a payment.
Oh, yeah.
And you're scratching your head. You're going, how do I do it this month?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I feel very fortunate for the home that I have, the cars that we have, the children that we have, because there are folks that are in my same age bracket that can't get a leg up on buying a house, getting a car.
Yeah,
and
100%.
I mean, they just every time you get another step, a medical bill comes up or something happens where like you've got 2 steps taken back.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Right.
And a lot of folks need just a little push in the right direction to get things. And you see some folks blame them for that, and I know they're working hard. I see it. Right. They're working hard every day to try and get out of their situation. It's not the case.
It's not really even a situation. It's just life.
Right.
They're just trying to live life, and they're struggling to do it.
Yeah.
Yep. 2 and 3 jobs, and it's not enough to get that leg up.
Right.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah.
It sure is. Well, Frank, is there a subject or a question that you were maybe wanting to hope that we asked on this that maybe we didn't?
I can't think of anything.
Put him on the spot.
Put you right on the spot. That's right.
Yeah. No, I mean, I try to pitch in and talk about the things I want to talk about anyway.
Yeah.
So it's all good. But no, it's just this whole campaign thing is really taken on a life of its own.
It really has. The success has been fantastic.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people to see in the district. We've got a lot of things to do, a lot of different nuances in every community that we're trying to figure out on how to work with them. But the main thing, is just that your representative needs to be your representative. Needs to be somebody that's in front of you, looks you in the eye, talks to you, listens to you, and it gets what they need to do to help it along.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, and you wouldn't think that it would be that big of a struggle to get that, but
it is.
Yeah, it seems like there's an agenda that's not being for the folks of Missouri going on now. So,
or just the families we've been talking about, just trying to help them to get to the next step, so they don't got to struggle so hard.
Yeah,
they get an opportunity.
Yeah, you're supposed to want better for your neighbor.
You're supposed to.
Right.
Yep.
Right, and it's not that they're greedy or wanting the millions or whatever. They just want to feel when they get home at the dinner table comfortable.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not too much of an ask.
Right. You're telling me it wouldn't be a better world. It would be a safer world
if everybody is at least comfortable.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a lot of hot takes that I try and keep off of the air.
I get you.
But yeah, that's, I think I've mentioned this one before though. Like, we make kids go to school for whatever it is, 8 hours a day. We, by law, have to have them there.
Right.
But we make them pay for lunches.
Yeah.
And breakfast. I'm telling you, feed them kids.
Feed them.
That's feed the kids. I don't care how much their folks make, how little they make. Feed them kids.
Yeah.
Get them a good meal.
The kids shouldn't have to worry about not getting lunch at school.
Yeah.
Or breakfast.
Absolutely. Now, if you want to send something with your kid because you think, you make it homemade or whatever it is, that's your prerogative.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not forced, but make the kids that just give them what they want.
Yeah.
And that's food.
There's a lot of kids, unfortunately, that's their only meal.
Yeah.
Well, just like this week, they were doing a food drive at Hutchison Ford.
Yep.
And so I took down some donations that I'd gotten down there, and it goes to the backpack program, the Love program, and it's to give those kids who are in food insecure homes.
Yeah.
Give them something to take home so that they're sure to have a meal.
Yeah.
At night and during the day and over the weekends, especially.
Yeah.
Fill it up over the weekend so that they've got something to eat.
It's nice. It's a nice program.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
And ask a teacher, what could be the most distracting thing to a student? They'll tell you a hungry kid.
Hungry kid.
Oh, man. Yeah. That's just a sad thought.
Yeah.
A kid too hungry to learn.
Yeah.
When you invest in the people of Missouri, I really think they will surprise you.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've said it before. This is not a flyover state.
No,
this is a state that will surprise you, and they will meet that goal line whenever you put it to them. Yeah. You tell them this is where we need to be. I guarantee they're going to hit that mark plus some.
Yeah,
exactly.
They've got the ambition, and we just have to invest in the folks to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We own that goal line.
Yeah.
So why aren't we there?
Right.
So yeah, that's where I'm at on this.
Yeah, I feel you. I hear you.
Well, Frank, when is this primary election?
So August the 4th. Just so we're less than 2 weeks away now.
Getting close.
Yeah. We're less than 2 weeks away. August 4. That will be the deciding factor for what Democrats and what Republicans are going to be running in the prime or in the main in November. Yeah, in that main election.
Yeah. So hopefully everybody out there has already been registered to vote.
Yeah. You're a little late now.
It's a little late for it. A little late now. It would be a little late for the primary. However, you could get registered now to be sure and be able to
be the one in November.
Yeah.
In the general in November.
And that's usually a little bit bigger, but like we said, this is going to be a big primary.
I think so.
There's been a lot of folks that got the signs out on their lawn. They're hitting the streets and knocking on doors. I've seen them. So they're getting involved, and because it's such a vital thing.
It is, yeah, for sure.
Those signs, that's a deal. Yeah. So well, I think our campaign's put out right at 600 yard signs.
That's awesome.
And 70 big 4x8s.
These ones right here?
Yeah.
This one right here behind us?
Yeah, exactly. 71.
Yeah, 71. There we go. Very good, sir. Well, I sure thank you for coming on and spend. I know your time is valuable, and we appreciate you coming on and telling the people what's important.
You bet.
Yeah.
Glad to do it.
Thanks for stopping by.
All right. Thanks for listening.